What's your opinion of the average, we'll call it, if there is such a word, bushranger from the 1800s?
Criminals.
Yeah.
They are criminals. There was none of this Robin Hood type fallacy that you hear, about robbing from the rich and looking after all their mates and whatever. They're out for themselves. They robbed Cobb Co coaches, but not only just rob it for the gold. They'd take wedding rings, watches, your watch fob, anything of value, any firearms you had. And the people they're robbing from, especially the travellers on the road, they're probably just as hard done by as the bushrangers themselves. So it's not like they're robbing from the government or the bank or anything like that. It's just like guys like you or me.
Well, I think they got it completely wrong. Like Hall and that, he was just a common criminal, mate. And same as Johnny Gilbert, they was just scumbags, mate. They'd rob you, mate, for your last penny. They were, and those faithfuls, they stood up to them, the Hall gang and the Gilberts and that, and they were, and it's a pity a lot more of that side of it is not mentioned instead of focusing on the Robin Hood side of it, which is the way I sort of portray it with Ben Hall, because he was just a common criminal, mate. Yeah, he would. If you didn't go along with them, they'd burn your hut down, burn your house down. They'd slaughter your livestock. That was how it was.
My communication with Edgar in the early days was that he'd come out here to prove that they were Robin Hoods, but after 2 decades of thorough research, he realised he could not have been more wrong.
Yeah, well, that's my personal opinion of it, and from my research and reading on it, and they were absolutely terrible shot. They never loaded their weapons right. The amount of shots they fired and what they hit was just absolutely abysmal.
I remember Edgar Penzig saying once that the Bushrangers, with their loading of firearms and their upkeep of firearms, was pretty slack, lazy to say the least.
And they were bad shots.
And you often read in all the stories and all the accounts, so-and-so pulled his revolver on somebody and it misfired. Then it misfired again. Then when the police shot them with their single-shot pistol, they nailed them. So it says a lot about the bushrangers' upkeep of firearms. They probably loaded them, had them capped, had them sitting on their horse in the rain, through the bush, then pull it out and start to use it. And as you know, with all these things, you get a bit of water on them. They don't like it too much, and they will misfire.
One of the record states that before they had their issue with the faithfuls, they'd been on a 2-day robbing spree, which involved Cobb Co coaches, inns, and anyone on the side of the road. Literally rob you for your gold tooth.
Yep, exactly.
That's not exactly a Robin Hood.
No, not at all. Not at all.